they've competed. They're going to be fine, right? They're going to stay within their pacing. So let's see what happens, man. But I hope they turn it on with 3 reps. In the round of 3, I hope they turn it on. I hope we see something special.
I hope that we see something special. And I want to bring up
Alex, just
a friend before this race gets a little too crazy. We got something on Catherine Davidsdottir from Brian French.
Yeah, Adrian, I was at the East Regional in 2018, and Catherine was obviously in the midst of an incredible run in her career in general. She did this entire workout touch and go. Every deadlift, every bench press, every squat clean. Obviously, it's 5 years later, but don't sleep on her on this one.
Hey, you put it out there, so let's see what happens.
Hey,
now.
Brian, you spoke it into existence. You're going to get Jason extremely excited. If Catherine Davidsdottir right now, dead center, goes touch and go. Oh, she's doing it, baby. Let's go. Let's go. What are we going to see?
No, here's the thing. Let's not get too excited.
Okay. All right.
Let's see if she can continue on in the future rounds. Because here's the thing. Alex, she just went and she broke up her deadlifts. But yet, she's still very competitive right now. Let's see what happens. Okay.
It's gonna be a long test, and Catherine takes a breather as she breaks from her touch and go reps. But she's right back to it. Now you gotta wonder, does this just favor her? Did she rather do touch and go with short breaks, give herself momentum, than to just stand there and stand at the bar?
You know what, man? In this particular event, I think if you're going to do slow touch and goes, it's not worth it. You might as well just do singles. But if you're going to go fast touch and go, like I'm talking 3s and 4s, it's definitely worth it. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
And again, folks, we're tuning in to Linda. This test is number 3 for the individuals. This is your top 20 female athletes that established themselves as the most rounded based off of yesterday's test 1 and test 2. It is a 10-to-1 descending ladder of deadlifts at 220, dumbbell bench press at 60 pounds each arm, and a squat clean at 105 pounds for these top 20 ladies in North America West semifinals this weekend. Right now, we get an opportunity to stand back, Jay, and watch these athletes have many different strategies. We watched Catherine come out on touch and go with the squat cleans. She's executing smooth bench press there. We see some athletes even breaking up the deadlifts.
Yeah, actually more breaking up the deadlifts than I anticipated. Right now, it looks like Alex, is she in first right now? No. Hannah looks like she's in first. Barely. I mean, it's very tight. It's going to be tight. This is our final heat. It's going to be tight.
And when Jay says Hannah, he's referring to Hannah Black in the lane number 6 is currently our leader. But folks, and Jay, you guys that have been viewing this with us, thank you so much for joining us. Of course, we're covering this on the CrossFit Games podcast. We're trying to give you guys the best viewer experience, but really, we're just shooting it. We're talking the test, man. And as we've seen already, as these athletes did this dance, the first 2 rounds didn't mean a whole lot.
No, the first 2 rounds don't mean a whole lot. I mean, you go through 10s and 9s, you get onto those. I mean, where I really felt the difference this morning, I came in, I did it on the same floor. I really wanted to see, what does this feel like for me? And I think that 6s and 5s is really where you see the separation. So right now, it's just staying in the game, 6, 5s, and then boom, 4s, you got to be off to the races. Especially for this heat, you're going to see some really good speed coming through those. But Adrian, if you're already seeing athletes having trouble on the 9s and 8s, those are going to be the athletes who are going to maybe have a difficult time hitting the time cap.
Right, correct. And that's going to be a big obstacle. Folks, if you're just tuning in or if you hadn't been following along the weeks previously, Amanda Barnhart, North America East, set the time to beat as a world record in 11:46. Today, the best time so far is Danny Spiegel at 12:43 unofficially. So that is certainly the time, the 12:43, that these ladies have in their mind that they're really going after full-heartedly.
So let's see, Catherine is now starting her bench. It's a close race right now. I mean, you got a lot of ladies in their round of 8, mainly on their bench right now. Looks like Alex Gazan is now on her squat cleans, as well as Hannah Black. Both of them now.
And Alex, again, is the athlete who we know has pressing strength for days, as notably seen on social media, a 270-pound barbell bench press, and a great engine. So if she can be consistent in her pacing, this could be a great test for her.
Now look at Catherine.
Yep.
I mean, dude, that is I mean, she looks amazing on those squat cleans, just crushing them. But, you know, she's taking those breaks after a long, you know, she hits a good set and a decent long break.
Jay, in lane 16, Olivia Kerstetter, someone who has already qualified for the CrossFit Games in the teenage division, gracing the floor. She is, in fact, our current leader as it stands. Kerstetter, we know in lane 16, has a unique ability to move loads and move them quickly, has been under the tutelage and came up through the space with her coach, Jacob Hebner.
Oh, yeah, Jacob Hebner.
She's made slight work of those dumbbells right now, and she is already onto her squat cleans in the round of 7.
Wow.
And she's resulted in her round of 6, Brian Friend corrects me.
Oh.
As maybe her placard is off.
Brian. Wow.
Okay. She is in her round. We just confirmed. She is in her round of 7.
Okay, I was going to say.
For the squat cleans, but she's making slight work of that. She'll be in her round of 6 in just a moment.
Ariel is now in her round of 7. Stacy is in her round of 7. Hannah is also in her round of 7.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a tight heat.
Yeah, you got it.
Christine Kohlenbrander also in her round of 7. So this is an exciting race that you're watching take place, folks.
Katrin's in her round of 7. I mean, you got almost the whole. Oh, there we go. Now Olivia just got in her round of 6.
Olivia leading the way as the youngest competitor on the floor, leading the charge through Linda thus far. She's beginning her set of touch-and-go deadlifts, and they're all unbroken, Jay.
Wow. I mean, here it is, right? This is going to be the for Olivia. If she could get through this round of 6, I think it's hers to lose. You know, 6 and 5.
Yeah, and that's what we've noticed. It seems as though when someone grasps that lead within the 5 and below rounds, they get really hard to chase down or walk down at that point.
Yeah. I mean, you know, for Katrin, even though she's not in the lead right now, she's still going with that touch and go approach with little breaks in between. I don't know if that's her strategy, or obviously that's her strategy. Oh, bringing my mic close. Anyway, I'm getting told I don't know how to talk on a mic.
Hey, listen, man, you're bringing the energy. The people are hearing you. They're loving it, and we appreciate you viewers and listeners that are kicking it with us today on Talking the Test. We're here again. Linda is what you're watching go down. Deadlifts, bench press, and squat cleans. Descending ladder 10-1, which is unique in the reps in itself, Jay. Right? When we talk going 10-1, what's the value in that?
I mean, dude. Think about it. Because part of you start off, you're like, oh, this sucks, right? And then it gets a little, it's going to get easier.
Right, you can build intensity, right?
Yeah, but in that 8-7-6, it's a gut check because you're not at that place where it feels that easy. You've already done a decent amount of work. You just got to remind yourself that when you're on the 6s, you've already accomplished way more than half the work.
That's right. It's almost a mental reprieve. You get an opportunity to think like, wow, I've done so much work already. I'm really in the pain cave, but you can continue to dig. And we see this often in our sport and in our space, even with training, man, 21-15-9. 18, 12, 6. We see these descending rep schemes, and uniquely, they allow us to keep going, charging hard, doing more work while we're fresh, and descending that so we can keep the intensity throughout.
So, now you have Olivia. She's on her round of 5. You have many athletes on the round of 6. This is going to get exciting at the end. I think Olivia, at this point, she looks very dominant. She looks like she'll take the win on this.
She looks very composed. Jay, we're at 820, though. She is into her round of 5. Are we going to watch a world record be in in contention with 11:46 is the time to beat?
I think if she wants it, she could have it. Does that make sense?
It does.
Because she needs to put herself in a mindset to push a little extra. If the win isn't good enough, she wants the world, the world win, right? But she also has multiple events coming up, so she's got to be careful.
Right, and it's the balance of self-preservation or going for the world record. For you, if you're out there and you're close to that world record time, are you full sending and going for it, or are you just worried about first place?
I think I'm going for the world record.
I got to agree with you, man.
I was at regionals a few times, and you're striving for that. I mean, you're a competitor. You want to win.
You want to win, as all of these ladies want to do. We got Bethany Shadburn, who's working through her round of 6, the day 1 leader coming out. I wondered how she would fare in this test, Jay. She's had a history of trying to keep her body healthy, and probably not an opportunity for her to do a ton of heavy lifting coming to a competition like this as we watch her make her way through these reps. But Olivia Kerstetter is the story right now as we watch her rack out these dumbbell bench press, and she's still making them look very smooth. Now, as she got her final lockout there.
Now, here's the thing. For those of you watching at home, right now we have a lot of 5s on the board, meaning many of these athletes are on round 5. So expect to have an amazing race on 3, 2, and 1. You're going to see these ladies running between things if they really want to get a better position on the leaderboard.
That's right. It's going to get tight, folks. We've got Stacy Liram on her round of 5, Ariel Lowen 5, Bethany Shadburn just entered 5, Christine Kohlenbander, Katrin Davidsdottir, who of course is just continually executing these touch and go reps. We're going to keep you guys in the loop as best we can in regards to the storyline and how it plays out.
So Olivia is on her round of 3s. It's going to be tough for her, I think it's going to be tough for her to hit. I don't know. It's there.
We're at 11:15 right now, Jay. She's not in a hurry to pick up those dumbbells.
That's the thing. It's going to be tough for her to hit the world record of 11. And she failed. Oh, no, she didn't fail.
That was that initial lockout that we've seen many athletes struggle with. And then once they get the full momentum of the down,
kind of stretch reflex,
they get that lockout. That's right.
Yeah.
Now, can she keep the dumbbells in a straight path to lock them out? She makes it happen.
And shout out to our OGs over here, Lauren Fisher, China Cho.
That's right.
She's getting after it.
Kerstetter running to the barbell now at this point for her 3. And she's touch and go, Jay, all day on the final 3.
Oh, yeah, but at this point, right, it's she's going to put up a great time. She'll win this event for this.
We're at 10:55, 11:46 is the world record.
She would have had to run to the deadlift if she wanted to get that. Don't you think?
I agree.
Because she needs to get 2.
I agree. It's like she needs someone right in front of her telling her, go, go, go.
Yeah.
Set the record. You got it.
Now, Ariel is on her round of 3.
As is Alex Gazan here in her squat cleans. So Alex Gazan leading, going into now her round of 2. She's running back to the barbell.
Hannah Black is now in her round of 3.
Katrin Davidsdottir.
Alex is now in her 2s. So I think
right. Yeah, here we got Alex making her 2s through the dumbbell bench press.
And Olivia is now going to run back. She'll hit 1 of each one, and she will win this event and this heat. I think she'll win overall for this event.
Amanda Barnhart, you're safe another week. 11:46 just passed as we've got Olivia Kerstetter making her way to the bench press for her final dumbbell bench press. Alex Gazan now making her way back for her 2 on the deadlifts. And as a second place athlete coming in today, this is going to be an amazing finish for Alex Gazan.
Yep. Very good finish for Alex.
Kerstetter running to the final barbell. The youngest competitor on the floor. Already a ticket to Madison. And will she get one as an individual is the question.
Yeah, that's solid. That was a great performance.
12:17 approximately the finish time there.
Hannah's finishing up. And
12:26, Alex Gazan.
That was a great performance as well.
Ariel Lowen making her way back for her singles.
Oh, Hannah's on 1s too.
Hannah Black making her way through her singles.
Yep. Oh, there you go. And no, she's on
her round of 2.
Okay.
Her round of 2.
Oh, it's going to be a little race here.
Christine Kohlenbrander wrapping up. Ariel Lowen is across at 12:57 unofficially.
Ariel just went across. Man.
What a great race. Katrin still executing touch and go, but is still now, she's on her round of 2, Jay.
So, she's been pretty consistent, but she got to go. Right now, her and Christine are in her and Christine, they're neck and neck.
They're head to head.
Side to side. They're going to the bench together.
Right beside each other here into their round of 2.
Let's see what's up. I think Katrin's going to get this because she just got the bench.
She's up first off the bench.
She'll go touch and go here. Guaranteed.
And look at the urgency Katrin has up and under that barbell.
Okay.
Todd Whitman's not doing us any favors there as the head judge blocking our view. But Katrin was across there, singles. Christine was actually still in her round of 2, Jay. That's misleading.
The placard hadn't been flipped over, so that's okay. That's my apologies for anyone listening.
Katrin approximately over about 8 seconds ago, close to about 13:45. Hannah Black across. Bethany Shadburn finishing up her round of 2, making her way back to her singles for the deadlift bench press squat clean.
We have 3 minutes left in this heat, in this event.
Christine Kohlenbrander making her way across unofficially, 14:16 for her. Shadburn down to her single. She is day 1 leader, and she is going to come across Jay at 14:33. We'll see where that puts her.
You know, it's interesting. I mean, it speaks for itself, but I mean, very few athletes are not going to finish in the time cap here. In the previous heats, you had quite a few. But it's a tough event, man. You got to have great pressing strength, great squat strength coming out of that pocket position, and of course, the deadlift is no joke. So,
and you just mentioned what we needed for each 3 of those lifts, and now let's blend them all together. And oh, by the way, this can be a very metabolic conditioning limiting test all of a sudden.
here's the thing, man. People ask me, what was the hardest event you've ever competed in at the CrossFit Games? It's like, well, the hardest one I remember is Camp Pendleton Triathlon. And the reason isn't because it was a 10-mile back-and-back run or whatever. It's because you're trying to win. You're trying to compete. And for these ladies, the reason why this is so difficult, for anybody watching, like, oh, I can do that. It's like, yeah, you might be able to do that. But they're trying to do it at the best of their ability. They're pushing their pace as much as possible so that they can get a spot to CrossFit Games.
That's right. It's funny because people will say, you know, coach, on paper that workout looked very easy.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you just didn't go fast enough. Or you're not wrapping your mind around the way that we chase intensity to drive the stimulus of the best results we can seek.
That's right.
You got to chase that intensity down, folks.
We got about a minute left. You know, this is test number 3. Got a couple more tests this weekend. And yeah.
And we're watching some athletes struggle with the bench press a little bit here.
China Cho's still out there.
China Cho still grinding in the blue bottoms there. She makes steady work. Again, self-awareness has always been a strength of China's, right?
Very much
She might not go out and take the event win, but to optimize her score is something that these veteran, savvy, knowledgeable athletes have had the unique ability to do throughout the history of our sport.
That's right. That's right. And, you know, you have someone like China who's been around the sport for a long time, and she knows what she's doing. Same with Lauren. I just, you know, I want them to achieve whatever they've been looking for achieving and whatever their expectation is for the event. If your expectation is to win the games, I hope they get that. But, you know, for them, they might have different goals. You never know.
That's right. We're talking about China Cho here in the black top, blue bottom. She's already going to the CrossFit Games as a 35 to 39-year-old.
That's
so
right.
You know what? This
That's
is all
right.
house money. She's icing on the cake for her. She wanted to experience the amazing atmosphere which this crowd and arena has established for us today.
Yep, that's right. That's right. That's right. We got about, 10 seconds left.
10 seconds to go.
Lauren Fisher running over to her squat clean, and she's going to get in a few reps. Man, she's got good movement, and she finishes the event. 16:57 for Lauren Fisher. That was a great way to finish that off.
Olivia Kerstetter, my friend, the youngest athlete on the floor, already a CrossFit Games ticket, punched.
What are you going to say? Nothing to say.
We got nothing to say, but hopefully she got something to say. We're going to tune in with her in just a second here.
Well, Adrian,
Bring her up so you guys can watch her and take a listen.
there she is.
Olivia, give me a thumbs up if you got me on the mic. Awesome. Folks, we are joined by the current champ and the leader of today from Heat 3, Test 3, which was Linda. How excited were you about this combination of movements, Olivia?
I like this one a lot. I knew going into it I was going to do pretty well. The bench press scared me a little bit because, I mean, anything can go wrong if you start failing them. So that was definitely the limiting factor for me. But once I started and got pretty far ahead, I got more confidence in them, and I think they got easier as it went. So that was super fun.
Well, that's amazing. And your execution was so well. It looked very thought out, very precise. How have you gained the ability to pace a test like this in this type of environment where the crowd can lend itself almost sometimes as a detriment because it gets you so excited?
Yeah, I almost was scared I was going out too hot, and even Jacob and my coach were telling me to calm down and go slower so that I wouldn't die at the end. But I did it in practice, and I thought it felt really good. And also watching last week, I could learn how to pace a little bit. And when you work out next to Jacob Hepner every day and he goes out super hot and everything, you kind of learn how to pace really well.
Hey, that's right. Shout out to Coach Hepner out there who's helping you push you along as a workout buddy now today. I think, Olivia, one more question that I have for you before we let you go is, you are one of the youngest competitors in our space. You've already punched a ticket to the CrossFit Games. You're here. This is kind of like icing on the cake. What are your expectations through the rest of this event as it plays out the next 2 days?
I want to qualify for the games for sure. I know I already have, but guess just following in the footsteps of all the other teenagers. So I want to do it too.
I love it. Well, Olivia, congratulations. Thank you so much for taking a moment. You are event or test 3 winner. Be happy to wear the crown, and good luck the rest of the weekend.
Thank you so much.